Let's talk some more football, folks. The AFC is looking tough this year, and the quarterbacks, they've got a lot to contend with. Aaron Rodgers, coming off a torn Achilles, hopes to get the Jets into the playoffs for the first time in over a decade. Josh Allen needs to find a new weapon to throw to after losing Stephon Diggs this offseason. Houston got a lot better. And Tua, still looking to prove he can win in the postseason. Damien Woody, Kimberley A. Martin back here with me. Let's get into it. Which AFC East quarterback, Kimberly, has the most to prove? Oh, Damien. My bad. Damien, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tua. I'm going to go with Tua as a quarterback. And I think that Tua is playing for a contract. I mean, that's what this whole thing really comes down to. Last year, the question was going into 2023. The question was his availability, because we know that Tua has an injury history dating back to his time at the University of Alabama. He answered that question last year by playing all 17 games. Obviously, he had a pretty good, really good season last year. I think that when you look at Tua, I think the question that most people are going to ask is, okay, you did it last year. Can you do it again?
Yeah.
Not only can you do it again, but also we need to see you beat these upper echelon teams when it matters the most.
Yep.
I know people will say, football is a team sport. All that stuff shouldn't fall on the quarterback. But let's just be real. We judge quarterbacks in their biggest moments. That's how we rank these quarterbacks, especially when we talk about legacy and everything. So I think the combination of Tua's playing for a contract and the fact that we need to see more from Tua as it relates to beating some of these upper echelon teams, that's why I'm leaning towards Tua in this particular situation.
Damien, I'm so disappointed because, again, sitting in this seat, I'm expecting you to come, make me change my mind, make me rethink stuff, and the answer is not Tua. You know why? What sounds more important, playing for a contract or playing for your legacy? The answer is Aaron Rodgers, people. Number one, who's 40-plus years old, Tua or Aaron Rodgers? Who, again, is joining a team where the only thing that matters, it's got to be Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah.
That's Aaron Rodgers. We're debating earlier about, on earlier shows about whether Tua, he should get the bag now or not. We're literally looking at Aaron Rodgers like, you are one of the best quarterbacks, the most gifted quarterbacks to ever play this game. And with the one Super Bowl, are you going to win another? Can we talk about you in this rarefied air, because the talent is there, but the Super Bowl trophies are not. And he's so good that he should have more Super Bowls. So when I look at Aaron Rodgers in this situation with the Jets, coming off that injury last year, where you had the pomp and circumstance of what last season was supposed to be, and for it to come down to 4 plays in 75 seconds, to me, it is clear. Aaron Rodgers, we're talking about mini camp practices in June. We're talking about, because it's so important that fans know this man is all in, because the only thing that matters is winning a Super Bowl.
Again, Tua is playing for a contract.
I don't really think anyone's thinking about. Honestly, I think people. I was high on the Dolphins and Tua and that team. I think people are down on the Dolphins this year.
But listen, I'm just talking about specifically the quarterbacks. Like we seeing Trevor Lawrence got paid the bag. We've seen other Kirk Cousins got paid the bag. Really, the only quarterback left out here is who? It's Tua. What's the hesitation?
Tell me this. Do you think he should, both of you, do you think he does deserve the new contract? And also, do you think Miami's put the pieces around him?
Me personally, I would wait another year. I would make him show me again. Like, I need you to show me that you're able to stay healthy again, and combine that with, I need you to beat some of these good teams out here.
But is it all on him, or are they missing pieces in Miami?
Well, Miami got injured last year. Miami got ravaged with injury. Yeah. Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips. They had a bunch of injuries last year that affected that team. But Molly, we all know when we talk about quarterbacks, what do we always kind of pair with? Wins, like moments. Like that's
Super Bowls.
That's what people want to see. Like I think that's what people are waiting for when we talk about Tua.
So Damien, great question. As far as is Aaron Rodgers' legacy? Do we not know what he is? He's a first ballot Hall of Famer for sure.
For sure.
But the man is on the same list as Nick Foles, Joe Flacco, Russell Wilson.
We're not comparing them to those guys. Let's be real. Let's be
Hear me now. I'm not
Okay.
comparing the talent. Anybody who understands football, no, I'm not comparing the talent. I'm saying Aaron Rodgers should not have this, talent-wise, should not have the
agree.
same amount of Super Bowls as those guys. That's
Correct.
why, as Molly's saying, people look at his career and think, man, this guy should have done more.
You know what?
I think he has a chance to elevate his stature. You know how we always talk about there's levels to this? I think Aaron Rodgers is in a
Elevated
position.
stature for legacy.
Legacy,
It's for
bro.
legacy.
Well, that's what I was saying. I'm
Yeah.
like, he does have an opportunity. If he wins another one, we'll be talking about Aaron in a different light.
Let me ask you this, because I could argue Josh Allen's got a lot to prove too. And I'm not going to put that all on Josh Allen in terms
But
of
Josh
actually
Allen has
just
a lot of
getting it
runway.
done.
He still has a lot of
Yeah,
runway.
but even for that franchise,
Yeah.
for the Bills, if all these teams are fully healthy, when we look at Buffalo, when we look at the New York Jets, and we look at the Miami Dolphins, like what's the discrepancy there if you were to rank them? How different are these teams in terms of
I
talent?
think they're very close. I think those three teams are like you could literally like jumble them together. You could pick one, and I wouldn't really have a problem with any of those teams. I would say they all have their flaws. Miami has injuries that they're dealing with,
And a quarterback that you're not
and
sure
they have a
of.
quarterback.
Hey, sorry, keep going.
And have a quarterback. The Buffalo Bills, like we saw them jettison Stephon Diggs. They had to let go of a lot of key players on the defensive side. I think when the Jets, you look at them again on paper, like they are probably the most complete team.
Yeah.
But you question like the coaching.
Yeah.
That's what I was just going to say. Kimberly, do you feel like the jury is still out on all three of those head coaches?
Well, McDermott just got re-signed. They love him back there. They love him in Buffalo. But a lot of people in the league are wondering, like, okay, what have the Buffalo Bills? They haven't been able to get over the hump. In New York, listen, Robert Saleh's on the hot seat, and he knows it. He's not dumb. He knows it. Like, this is literally, we are all in on Aaron Rodgers, and we have to win. I think Mike McDaniel just got there. And so I think they have more runway. Tua has more runway. I think the pressure, to your point with Josh Allen, I think Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen, to me, are the clear guys in this division who have the most pressure on them because the expectations are much higher for both of them.
Yeah, and then New England, it's just like you guys had
had
your run.
You know what?
You had your
That's
run.
okay. Sometimes you know what? They'll be
Give
back.
Rod Mayo some time. They'll start cooking.
Yeah.